Welcome to Endometriosis with me, Chloe Kidd, where I'm going to be talking about everything circulating around the condition that I have got called endometriosis. These episodes that I will be creating are my own opinion and what I have researched. Hi all, so today is going to be a bit of a free fall episode. So there will be pauses, there's going to be me going, because I've not got a script in front of me for this episode. I thought for today's episode, I thought I'd go through what I'm going through at the moment. It's come to the point that I am due to have a period, and I thought to share my experience of what I've been going through since I've been diagnosed, and that I have these sort of episodes where I'm in chronic agony, and I just thought to share my experience in a way. It's hard. It is going to be hard to put it into words. That's why I've just thought I'm not even going to bother writing it on a document. I'm just going to sort of ramble, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do apologise if I do ramble on in this episode and you're just you're constantly repeating yourself, Chloe. So today I am going to talk about my experience with endometriosis and me basically being on my period. Apart from I don't have a full experience with a period. I have the cramping of it all, if that makes sense. So I'm on the mini pill. So I don't even know what my mini pill is actually called, to be fair. It is have I got it near me? So I am on Deestrogil, I think it's called, how you pronounce it, Deestrogil. It is spelled Desogestrel, Deestrogil. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. That is a good question. But my pill's a mini pill, so I don't have a break in between. So I just keep continually taking it for 4 weeks at a time, basically. When I was previously, before that, on the combined pill, I was on Estrogen 20, I think I was on, where you have a break in between. You take it for 3 weeks, and then on the fourth week you have a break. I had to have that changed because I think I begun to get a bit immune to it, and I start then having migraines with it. So I had to change my pill. But ever since I found out that I've had endometriosis, my periods are not as normal as you think they would be. Let's just say I'm now doubled over in pain. That I can't sleep at night properly. Sometimes I have to have a hot water bottle. I have to have heat. And that's mainly on my back. Depending what side is the worst, whether that's my right side or my left-hand side. Predominantly, it is my left-hand side that I get the pain. It comes to the point that I'm crying myself to sleep and have moments that I know I shouldn't, but I do lash out at Brett because I'm in that much pain that I can't control my emotion. It does get difficult, and we do have arguments where I've lashed out and he goes, "You always take it out on me." And I said I always blame it on the pain, and I know I shouldn't blame it on the pain, but unfortunately I do, saying the whole reason why I'm lashing out at you is because I'm in pain and I can't control the pain. And he goes, "Well, what do you expect me to do?" which funny enough he can't do anything apart from listen to me moan and listen to me constantly having a go at him, which is horrible. I hate to think what he goes through when I lash out at him. Majority of the time he tries to walk away and I go after him, so it's not the best. It's not the best of times when I'm in this state. Currently at the moment, so the past, I think it was since Friday, so that's 3 days ago if you include today, I finished work and it came to the point that I couldn't physically pass urine. That was how much pain I was in. That I was in my pain in my lower back and like your period, where your period line is, and I couldn't physically move. I tried to go to the toilet, as in went for a wee, and it came to the point that I was crying in the staff toilet that I had to grab hold of the toilet roll holder to try and pass urine. I know you shouldn't force it, but in my case scenario, I was then about to drive home and I needed to go for a wee because otherwise I'm going to be really uncomfortable trying to hold to go for a wee to then get home, when for me it takes half an hour to 45 minutes drive home. When you need to go, you need to go. I don't know if that's the same with anyone else that suffers with endometriosis or any type of condition that involves you need to go to the toilet frequently, especially if you have a water infection. I know the feeling. That was horrible. This felt like a water infection. I must admit, it did feel like a water infection. It felt like my whole situation all over again from the beginning of when I got before I even got diagnosed, shall I say, that I needed to go to the toilet. I needed to go for a wee and I couldn't physically pass urine. I had to force it out. That was horrible. I managed to, and a lot of people have actually said to me, did you pass blood at the same time because you forced? And I was like, no, I didn't, but I felt a bit more relieved afterwards. So I came home. I had a bit of a disagreement with Brett as soon as I got home, and I was like, I don't need this, I'm in pain. He goes, oh, you always say that you're in pain. Bearing in mind, I came upstairs and I had the same situation again. Bearing in mind, this was 45 minutes later, I needed to go for a wee again. And it came to the point that I went to the bathroom and I was in the same predicament that I was when I was at work. I had to somehow get myself comfortable on the toilet to try and pass urine. That I sat on the toilet most probably for a good half hour and then started crying because I managed to pass urine, but I was in so much pain afterwards that I came into the bedroom. I was in floods of tears. That Brett managed to get me a hot water bottle and just chucked it on the bed and left me to it, which is fair enough. But we had an argument as soon as I came through the door. I don't think he wanted to be anywhere near me when I was in this state, which is fair enough. But it came to the point that I was lying on the bed and I couldn't physically move. And it was all in my lower back at this point. It was all in my lower back, which I couldn't pinpoint what was going on until, funny enough, yesterday I then clicked, because this pain passed over one day, and I spoke to Brett's mum about it, I spoke to my grandmother about it, and they thought it might have been a water infection, which, with a water infection, it usually lasts for a few days with me. It doesn't go within one day. It came to the point that my pain just went, but I had this tension headache, and I was like, it was behind, on your forehead and behind my eyes, and that happened yesterday and today. I had it behind my left eye today, but managed to drink some more water and started taking my tablets because I forgot to take them yesterday, which is naughty of me. It then clicked in my head that I got the calendar out from last year, and I've done it now. I've marked it all on my calendar for this year when I'm due on for my period. and I marked it on the calendar, and I was counting 4 weeks at a time. I said to Brett, I was like, I know why I'm in this state. I know why I'm in so much pain. He goes, you're due on, aren't you? I was like, I'm due on next week. And it always falls on a Friday or a Saturday before I'm due the week commencing the Monday. I usually don't come on. I used to come on a Wednesday, and I used to finish on a Saturday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I used to have like a 3 to 4 day period. My periods were so messed up that I didn't even go for a full week. But yeah, no, it sort of like made sense. I was like, I know why I'm getting my chronic backache. I know why I'm getting tension headaches. It comes to the point that I am absolutely shattered, that I can't physically move half the time, and it all linked. And I turned around and looked at Brett, and I said, I know why I'm in so much pain. I was like, I'm due on. And it's just always the case. When I'm due on, I get chronic backache. But this backache has obviously increased after I've been diagnosed with my endometriosis, because I didn't know what my backache was beforehand, and my backache was constant. Like, a circulation kept going and going and going until I knew what was going on. But it's now that I'm due on that my backache, along with the period backache, like your period symptoms like you usually get, like your cramping, that it's now double the intensity of a normal endometriosis symptom, and then your period. Combine them two together, that was how much pain I was in. I wouldn't believe it at first, but yeah, that was intense. It made me feel sick, that I didn't really want to know what to do with her. I actually ended up ringing the pharmacist on Friday night, and she wanted me to ring 111, and I was just like, I turned around and said to myself, I was like, I know it's not an infection. I know it's not a water infection. Sorry if you can hear my phone going in the background. I should have put that on silent. I know it isn't a water infection because I'm managing to pass you, and even though it's hurting, but that's normal for me. If I was to be put on antibiotics, I know that wouldn't cure me of my pain, because before I got diagnosed with endometriosis, I was on antibiotics galore because I kept having a reoccurring water infection. That when it came to doing a urine dip, all it did was clear the dipstick, like clear the symptoms of anything to do with a water infection on a urine dip. But my symptoms of the water infection would still be there. I would still have the burning sensation. I would still have the itching, as if I still had a water infection. It was horrible. And I knew after I came off the phone from the pharmacist, I was like, I'm not going to bother ringing 111 because I know I haven't got a water infection. It's like, I don't want to waste their time to then find out that I'm going to get put on a course of antibiotics, which I'm going to end up paying. I can't remember how much it is now for a prescription, over £9. I was like, there's going to be a waste of money. There's no point. It's going to be a waste of resources. That, funny enough, wake up Saturday morning, not in pain. It's a miracle. Miracles do happen, as they say. But yeah, no, it comes to the point that I thought, no, I'm not going to waste resources. I'm just going to take some paracetamol, curl up in bed, and I'll be absolutely fine. Well, I didn't take anything yesterday. I didn't take my mefenamic acid yesterday, and that's most probably why I was still doubled over in pain. So I was like, right, here we go. I didn't take it in my medication yesterday. Most probably why I was in pain. Taking it once. I'm going to take it again in a second, and I should be absolutely fine for the rest of the day, which makes no sense. But I sort of see that it affects people in different ways. It depends where the endometriosis is. I've been recently diagnosed where it is. Mine is on my pouch of Douglas, and I understand that it can be really excruciating. And yeah, I can put my hands up and say, yes, it is excruciating, because I never thought it was there until I spoke to my specialist on the phone the other day, because I might need to change my medication. But I'm not going to find out until I've seen the specialist team in June. But it was like really weird when she said it to me. I was like, oh, no, makes sense where it is. But my case is not severe, if that makes sense. I've not got like the aggressive stage of it. I've got like the minor stage of it, that I've got patches of it here and there, but it shouldn't be a problem. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's progressed since March when I got diagnosed. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd week of March I got diagnosed, and we're end of April, beginning of May. So I've been diagnosed a month. Way over a month now. But all I'm going to say is there is resources out there. There are people you can talk to that might be going through something similar to you. I know that I've had people inbox me asking how I got diagnosed so quickly. I spoke to a colleague funny enough, on Friday, that I've actually added it all up, and it has actually taken me 10 years to get diagnosed properly. From the moment I got my periods to the time now that I've been diagnosed, it's taken me 10 years. Whether I actually had it since the beginning of me getting my periods, good question. I do not know. It might not even be period related. We don't actually know how endometriosis is actually caused, because they can't find a cause of it yet. But yeah, it's kind of freaky to think that so many people are going through this in different ways, in different forms. You can find it practically anywhere in your body, which is scary, and that it can cause so much damage. And my heart goes out to people that can't physically have children because they're infertile with it, and they might need help. It is scary. It is really scary. And some people have actually said to me, if it came to that point, would you be okay with it if you couldn't have children? I was like, well, no, because I know Brett and I want to have children, but at the moment, I'm not going to cross that bridge until I come to it and find out if I have got it there, which at the moment, touch wood, I haven't. But you may never know, it could progress, it could get aggressive, I could have it lasered off, but in the future it could come back. As I said, I will cross that bridge when I come to it. But I am going to conclude there and say that I'm always open on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. If anyone wants to talk to me about anything to do with endometriosis, or even just to open up and have a chat saying, I want your advice on something. I know that I'm not the best person to give advice, I've been told, but fair enough. That's everyone's own opinion. But yeah, I'm open if anyone wants to talk to me. But yeah, I'm going to conclude here. Thank you for listening. You can find me obviously on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. This recordings are now getting put onto my YouTube channel for people who can't gain access on Spotify or Anchor. But I will see you guys in the next episode.